Okay, it's time for the why. Yoga. Jess, everybody knows you online. Yoga. I got to tell you, I've never experienced it yet. And I'm going to start now because you kind of like influenced me about this. So tell people the perks of yoga, how you got into it and all this good stuff.
Real truth. I have been practicing yoga for over 20 years, and actually it got me through a really hard time in my life. I was domestically abused, and going through yoga and kind of understanding and myself better and like navigating through emotions helped me have the courage to be able to leave my starter spouse and be able to move on. And so during COVID, I really started to think more, as I think we all did, like what I want out of when maybe things go back to normal if they don't. And I started practicing daily just to see if that I could do it, because it has been the cornerstone to transformation for me. When I've done yoga daily, it has helped me get through some really hard periods of my life. And I was experiencing personally a lot of negative self-talk and anxiety, especially during COVID. I was constantly overwhelmed and worried about my business because things were out of my control. And so getting back to stretching and breathing and meditation helped me focus on the present and stay centered so that I could help make better decisions for me and my family. So it's training you not only to be physically fit. I've lost 70 pounds since I started doing daily yoga.
Yeah.
A little over 3 years ago, but it has just helped me just become a better person in terms of like what's important in my life, not listening to the noise, worrying about what other people think. I'm able to set those things aside and say, what is best for me? What is best for my family? And make choices from there. And that's invaluable.
100%. And yoga, tell me not. It's like stress-free. I mean, when you go in there, some of the things I see about it, I mean, does yoga really change a person? Seriously.
It does. It does. Because think about it. Like when you're overwhelmed, your body, or you have anxiety, your body has a response. It is responding to a group of stimuli, and it is reacting a certain way. It is creating more cortisol. Your body, you're breathing faster. Your skin is responding. All these different things. When you're able to focus on something, not your watch or your problems or the million things on your to-do list for even 50 minutes or 30 minutes, it changes you. And so it changes you physically, it changes you mentally, it makes you stronger. I, about 8 months ago, went through a 40-day meditation challenge where I committed to an 11-minute meditation every day. And it was probably the hardest thing. I restarted because if you don't do it every day, you have to restart the 40 days. So I restarted on day 23 back to day 1. But once I got through it, I was able to train my mind that I can do anything that I set my mind to. It is up to me to be able to make those choices. It's hard to explain, but it really just changed me even more so than the daily yoga. Yes, it's about exercise. Yes, it's about breath, but it's about like being able to understand yourself better so that you can support yourself better with daily life choices and the things that you're interacting and the people you're interacting with every day.
You are so true. I mean, I've been working out for 30 years and seriously, and a personal trainer. And seriously, that's what brings that energy out for both of us. It's like, you can love everybody. If you work out and you feel good about yourself.
You do.
And the food, I always say this in our industry, even especially in staffing, muffins and coffee. By 10 o'clock, you're done. You're flat out. You're not eating berries and oatmeal in the morning to get you going. And I really believe that we have to eat healthy so we can be productive in our work.
I tell you, 11-minute meditation, first thing I do every morning before I even get out of bed, like it's better than coffee. Like it changes your whole perspective. Personally, I practice, I try to get into the yoga studio at least 5 times a week, hot yoga, which is a whole different ballgame. It is very fast moving yoga that's very physical. And you do it in a room that's normally like 95 to 100 degrees. But I teach Kundalini yoga, which is more mantra and meditation. It's accessible to anyone. So the important thing is just to experiment and try, but to move your body. Make time for that because we only have one body. And at the end of all this, like that's what we have control. I have several family members. My mother-in-law had a stroke earlier this year at our home while she was visiting us over the holidays. So in January, and I was able to see firsthand what happens very rapidly, how your life can completely change. So she's my motivation to keep going every single day, because I see her in 3 hours of therapy every single day in rehab to try to get her to the point where she's able to do basic things. So it changed my perspective on life and how I look at exercise. Like, it is training and growing me stronger for the future, not just the right now, but when I'm really going to need those muscle groups, that determination, and really that strong will to be able to get me through maybe some hard stuff physically.
Longevity, I say. When we're like in our 70s, we want to walk down the beach and maybe even strut down the beach, not
Heck
in a
yeah.
walker.
I
Not
want
a
to.
walker.
No. I when I went to Jamaica during COVID, I found this entrepreneur who took us on a sailing and like scuba. And it was amazing. She was 76 years old. She was captaining the ship, and she went out with us in the water. And I was like, I want to be this woman when I grow up.
That's
So
awesome.
I think about her often. And that's with regular exercise and, just a zest for life.
Exactly. Smile. When you smile and you're stress-free, who gives a shit? There's always tomorrow. You can do something fun. All right, Jess. And you know what? If you want to see her, she's on all the platforms with her yoga. Seriously. Facebook and Instagram for sure. Just type it in and you'll see your yoga stuff.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Changed my life. And we're going to be doing a retreat soon this fall on my first one. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah.
Drum roll. I can't wait to hear about that. You'll have to come on the show and tell us about it.
Of course. Of course.